Hello, listeners. Thank you for another segment. Thank you for joining us, another segment of our podcast. So, on our last podcast, we were talking to Michael, who is a blind business entrepreneur. And Michael is sort of helping and supporting our working age in terms of getting them ready for going back into work or to start their own business. And in a summary and a recap of that podcast, it was more of talking about becoming a better version of yourself. Kind of like, why compete with other people when you can compete with yourself? And in that competing with yourself, you would always become the best version of you. Because what you were 2 years ago will be different from what you are today if you're continuing to grow. And so, on that lovely note, our podcast today, I have with me Natasha. So, Natasha is actually, she's now our operations manager, which is a congratulations to her because she started that new role in this year, 2021. And so it's been absolutely great to see the growth and the journey of Natasha and just seeing the hunger in her in terms of growth. And so today we're going to talk about that journey, what it's like, where she is at currently, and what her aspirations are going forward. With a bit of a throwback of when she first started. So, welcome, Natasha. And I'm Susanette, by the way. Welcome, Natasha.
Thank you, and I just want to thank Susanette and Coin Vision for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. So, Natasha is sitting in front of some cool gadget, whereby, yes, I'm sure you will hear her so much better than myself because I have a microphone and she's got this cool gadget. But anyway, it's her you want to hear from. So, brilliant. We are going to have a real conversation. And so, just really kind of giving a bit of a throwback of you when you first stepped into Croydon Vision. What was it like?
So that was in 2018. I remember it was a hot day when I first came in here for my interview, and the organisation just looked so fascinating. It just looked really diverse. I never really knew much about blind or partially sighted individuals. So it's something that I just definitely wanted to get involved into and learn a lot more about. And it was completely new. I just didn't know where to begin. But it was fantastic. I just remember everyone was just so welcoming, wanted to know me, wanted to record me as soon as I started to feature on our Talking News. And the culture was just so friendly. So that's one big thing that stands out to me.
Cool. I think one of the things that I remember I observed definitely, and many people will talk about, is we know that she's learning, but she just got this great smile. So when you were at reception, it was just the smile that you had. And I remember even when we started to have conversations about getting someone to replace you when you were at reception, and they were like, can you make sure you get someone who can smile? And I was like, probably not like Natasha, but we will try. We'll do our best. So, and you still have that smile, which is really good.
Thank you.
Yes. What would you say you're deeply passionate about?
The two words that come to my mind is adding value. Because that can just branch off in so many areas. Adding value, that could be by teaching someone, through a charity like here, just giving and supporting, through my faith, so I'm a Christian, so that could be praying for someone, just having a difference in someone's life really, and just adding as much value as I can do. Yeah, that's it really. I think those two words I think they just branch into so many categories. Yeah, so just having that focus, where can I add value, where can I help someone who's in need, help someone grow, help someone develop, support someone, and they don't have to even recognize that I've contributed, but it's just I've made a difference in someone's life. For me, that keeps me going each day.
Good. All right, thanks, Natasha. And also, what would you say are your key strengths, and is it evolving? Did you know of them? where are you at with them?
So many good questions there. Wow. Right. So we look at key strengths. I say key strengths is planning. I love planning. Determined. I'm very determined. I'll just give a quick example. I remember I completed half a marathon one time when I had the flu. Don't know how I did that, but that's by God's grace. So planning, determination. Timekeeper. I'm very strict with time, but I'm learning to be a bit more agile and flexible with time. That's something that I'm starting to learn. And gosh, so was it 3? Was there a number on there? I can't remember. Those are 3 that stand out to me at the moment. Gosh.
Yeah. You have planning, determining, timekeeper. So I'm social. I'm very social. I would say that would be a key strength. I'm able to. I enjoy being involved in different dynamic situations, especially where there could be conflict. I really enjoy getting involved and trying calming down the conflict where possible. I've noticed that there's a certain skill set that I have when I speak to people, and it seems to make them feel calm, feel heard, and engaged. And I put social in there because I'm able to kind of adapt myself to certain environments that could be challenging or require further support. So I'll probably throw that in there. One I would say from observation, I mean, all of those that you're mentioning are definitely part of your strengths, and I would say you listen, you're a student, you're a learner. And which you absorb things and then you find a way to apply it.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, we all have, in different ways, we all have a work in progress. We're still developing and learning in that sense, but you listen and you take it on board, so keep it up. That's really good.
Thank you.
Definitely. What would you say you were so excited about in this year 2021?
Well, I guess the 2 hobbies I've picked up so far. So I'm learning how to roller skate. So that's one key thing that I really look forward to, and learning how to play the piano as well. So those are two key things. I would say, in addition to that, is growth. I love growth. I like chasing growth. Sometimes I need to walk a little bit before running, but I love growth because you just never know where you're going to get to when you put all the effort in sometimes. And when you see a difference, it really does motivate you more. And again, I bring that word determination. It just makes you more determined to work harder. Even if you're tired, you'll be amazed what your mind can do. So certainly growth. And I think just experimenting this year, really doing things that are a bit different, I like learning languages, so I'm looking to look at audio books in Spanish and French, which are the 2 languages that I speak, so just looking to enhance those skills. And really, there's still more to come. These are just ideas that have come to my mind so far, but I think throughout 2021 there's going to be more things dropping from the sky.
No, that's good. So I'm going to go to a bit of a soul-searching one here and a throwback. When you look at yourself today, what would you tell your 12-year-old self?
Don't be afraid to fail. Don't focus on that failure because it happened for a reason, and it will help you grow, develop and move forward and do better. Be prepared to be in uncomfortable situations that will make you become flexible, I guess, one day. And don't listen to people who say you can't, or you will never be this, because you have to believe in yourself really to achieve and do what you want to do. Focus on your own self and not what others think or feel about you.
What were you like at 12?
12. I'm not even that old now, and I'm trying to think all the way back to 12. I am 28, by the way, everybody. 12. Gosh, 12, 12, 12. I just started secondary school, so I was, I guess, at the stage of making new friends. I liked theme parks. I really liked going on to different theme parks, Chesington Thorpe Park.
Okay.
It's thrill seeker, big thrill seeker. I don't know if I still am today. And gosh, I can't really remember. I think wanted to really find where I see myself. Yeah, I remember thinking, right, I'm starting secondary school now. Where do I want to get to in life? GCSEs are just around the corner, so I'm just really thinking. Yeah, I was.
That's the planner in you, I suppose.
Thinking, right, where am I going to be after 16? So yeah.
So, okay, thank you for that. And also now, what would you say to your 24-year-old self?
I would say to continue to push yourself, because there's more to you than you believe there is. When the road gets tough, just keep going, because there's a bright side on the other side, and you may not see the work you're putting in now, but others do. So keep focused on your goals, and you'll see it through.
Nice. Yeah. How do you when I was asking those questions, do you actually envision and see yourself when you were those age?
Yeah. I do. I really do. Yeah. They're very interesting questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Now, when you think about Croydon Vision, how would you describe the culture of the organization?
3 words really come to my head: loving, caring, and together. I think Croydon Vision is a place where we all care about one another. Whether you're a member, a staff, a volunteer, we all work holistically together to support each other. And I think that touches upon our values as well. Diversity, awareness, and just really showing love, support, and respect to each other. I think of family. That's the word, family, for Croydon Vision.
That's nice. Yeah. Well, not that I paid you to say that. Just
She didn't.
Yeah. No, but I think it's really good to hear what others think of the organization in that sense. So I think if you listen back to the podcast, listeners, there was a podcast from one of our volunteers, and he was talking about what he feels when he thinks about Croydon Vision, and his point was it's a team, and so it's good to hear and get feedback as well as where we can develop on. Mm-hmm. So if I say to you, if when you think about members and the word change, what comes to mind when you think about that?
Technology, because it's happening right now. I think 50-50. When there's change, I think some members adapt quite easily, and then there are some members that we have to take them on that journey. This is coming from an understanding that our members are diverse, with diverse backgrounds, and looking at the two and seeing how best to support them with that word change. Yeah.
So what do you think we can do to further improve our process of when we want to make change? What do you think we could do better at or improve upon so that the transition is smoother in a sense? What would you recommend?
That is a good question, because I think we're already quite good at engaging with members to get their feedback. But one thing that popped in my head is maybe introducing like a timeline and saying, this is the change that we would like to do. By here is when we want to change. We would like your feedback within that time. I guess that could kind of solidify a level of certainty that we are looking to get from members. And I think it's quite an integrated approach, I guess, just presenting a timeline really that members can be aware of and can work towards and result in that change at the end.
Good. Well, since you are the operations manager and it's part of your role in terms of innovation, there you go. Take it on.
I'll take that with me. Thank you.
Yes. So I said to Natasha earlier that there's some questions, which is more kind of questions to do with yourself as an individual. And it's called getting to know you, in a sense. Now, I know Natasha and food, they're pals, like real pals. Like they bond in a way.
We do.
In a way. Well, most people love food. We all love food in some ways. Natasha absolutely love food.
I do.
Yes, isn't it?
I do.
And your favorite food, we were talking about this the other day, your favorite food is spaghetti bolognese. Or not spaghetti bolognese, but bolognese.
Bolognese, yeah.
Yes, the pasta with
bolognese. It's I think fusilli.
Fusilli pasta, yeah, bolognese. Good. How did you come about having that as your favorite food? What's the story behind it?
Probably eating a lot of pasta. Starting with the kind of first type of food I've learned to cook, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess pasta's so easy to cook, and then just bolognese and the sauce all mixed together. But I guess I'm quite fond of cheese as well. So I guess having pasta bolognese with grated cheese on top, I think the flavours just sync really well together, and it's just a simple dish to make, you know. Sometimes when you're cooking for a very long, well, I find anyway, and you sit down to eat, it's like, oh, I've just been in the kitchen and I've smelt this aroma all day. But with pasta bolognese, quick, simple, bit of cheese on top, and then it just goes well in the belly. My belly's satisfied. It's just really happy.
Okay, all right, thank you. Now, the word vulnerability, when you think about it, what does it mean to you?
I would say to be put in a situation where you feel very uncomfortable, and you may have limited control of the situation as well. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do you think that people sometimes get wrong about you, or the perspective of you? What is one thing or similar things that people have ever said? When I initially met you, I thought you were this, and now I know better. Or
wow, this is a good reflective session. I think one thing stands out to me is probably communication. I think where I might have said something or written something and it just comes out wrong or is interpreted in a different way. So I think it's just in looking at how I communicate. Sometimes it may not have been in a way that I would want it to be perceived by others, so that's feedback I have had from many people. Yeah.
And what are you doing about that? Or what do you do about that when you get those feedback?
Oh, I definitely take them on board. I've actually, funny enough, just the other day completed a workshop on communication. So I can tell there are things on that workshop that I thought, oh, actually I do this. So I'm just being a little bit more intentional with my communication and asking my peers around me, can you just have a quick read over this email, or how does this sound? And it's working, because a lot of staff are telling me, you know, I would tweak that a little bit, and I'm doing that. So messages are coming across a bit more clear on how I want them to be.
Good. Well done, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would you say are books that have shaped you? They've helped shape you?
Well, it's a book that I was given, and I'm trying to remember the title now, but it was definitely involved about living more intentionally, by John Maxwell, and that book really did help me delve into my purpose and my calling, let's say, and being more intentional with my thoughts. And there's another book that I'm reading by it's about a lady called Madam C.J. Walker, who was the first African American self-funded millionaire, and it's just kind of understanding like her, I guess, motivation at the time when Black people weren't really supported, but she thrived in her passion, and my gosh, was very a strong character, and it just really helped me understand that no matter what environment you're in, you can do the best you can do if you put your mind to it. So I would say definitely those two books really help shape my mind a little better.
That's good. Is that the Madam C.J. Walker? Is that the one who did the hair product?
Yeah, hair products.
Right,
yeah.
Yes, yeah. And John Maxwell is I cannot overemphasize
He's really
just how
good,
much of an author he is, and a
Amazing.
support and a mentor. Good. Yes. How have you found it so far?
It's really good, actually, really fun. Just so you all know, it's like I'm staring into sponge right now, and speaking to a speaker. We're in a tech studio, so this is very different for me. I haven't done this before, but it's really fun, really exciting.
Yeah. No, definitely. This tech studio has it's a transformation from even just about 6 months. Well, I would say a year ago of where we were, but and to me, I think this is what it is, and it's part of what you were saying, that sometimes the mind, you might think, oh, it's all happening, and in the midst of crisis, when we're going through it, this has been born from crisis, and what an amazing achievement, and it's a great well done to the team who's doing it, and all the tech they've come up with. And even Ola is asking me for more tech today. But yes, I will let Natalia know of her budget. But I'm sure it'll be fine. But and hats off to Catherine as well, who's been brilliant in terms of setting all this up. So well done to the team, definitely. Now I have a fun fact question. What are your top 3 songs, Natasha?
Okay, bear with me, crowd. I've got paper in front of me. I had to write this down. Songs. So I like Cha Cha Slide by DJ Casper. If anyone knows that, it's just, to the left, to the right.
All right, yes.
I love that. It's just a good exercise, good workout.
We had that. Did you play that for the staff when we were in the hall?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, yeah.
I love that song. So check it out, everyone. DJ Casper, Cha Cha Slide, especially during these times. It's a good exercise.
You should do one in your Fit and Fab session.
That's good, actually. We should. Yeah. We should. Oh, definitely. Okay, we'll bring that in. Very old school here. Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh, do you remember them? Do you remember? That's do you remember? Do we know that song?
Natasha is going to sing for us now. Okay.
I can't sing it, but it's a very old school song. Earth, Wind and Fire, I believe that's the group. And the song is called Do You Remember? And then I'm going to put a little bit of gospel in there. It's a choir, I believe, run by Kanye West, but it's Hallelujah, Salvation and Glory. So a bit of a mixture of my song choice there.
Good. Thank you. Now, so if you were to kind of sum up this podcast, what 3 words would you sum it up?
Different.
Yeah.
Fun and reflective.
Okay. Yeah. So I think definitely. I think it's been really good to talk to you. And for me, it was kind of saying that we all go through journeys of life, in a sense, whether you have sight loss or you don't. And that's one of the things that we talked about previously when I was having the conversation with Michael, that obstacles do happen. They come your way. And it's all about the mindset and how you embrace those obstacles to become a learning tool. And even in that process when you're not okay about it, is to acknowledge that you're not, and but then never to let it get you stuck, I suppose, in a sense. So you were an example when you were talking about when you were 12. You know, some of the things, don't be afraid to fail, you know, don't listen to people who say you can't. You know, it's all of those things which can become a barrier to someone's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
As they grow up. And sometimes if you don't do that reflective work, it would forever hold you back.
Yeah.
In a sense,
true.
isn't it? So yeah, so hopefully you will find this very useful, listeners, and it will help you to do some reflective work on yourself, but also to know that when you do put in the work and have a desire to grow, you can succeed.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. So thank you, Natasha. Thanks for being here. And thank you, listeners, for listening. And we will come back to you with another of our real conversation soon. Thank you.
Thanks.